It's time.
Pasta and time for dinner.
Oh, it's really take photos.
Pasta dinner.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I'm Bijan Robinson, running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Mental health makes me a better person and athlete just because whenever my mind is clear, I perform so much better. So mental health for me is the priority because it controls everything in your body and it gives you the chance to be the best physically you can be.
My dad was a farmer, and when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy. I want them to know when I'm sad. And I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Okay, so before we come over, can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course. So does Friday work?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll bring pizza.
Our Orlando story is packed with outdoor activities and our love for nature. We knew Orlando was a great city, but couldn't imagine it had so much nature around it. Coming here makes you aware of your surroundings. All you need is a bike, so you can enjoy every part of this beautiful city while being outdoors. This is our Orlando story. What's yours?
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. Because since that revolution they said we'd lose, we just couldn't choose to stop being American. We put Hemi V8s back on the strip and packed 8 layers in a 7-layer dip. We're body slams and blue suede shoes, rock and roll, jazz and blues. Rockin' mullets and Rat Pack suits, even our grandmas have tattoos. We're NASCAR, rock stars, rodeo, monster trucks, and power boats. Welcome to our epic show. Keep winning on Sunday, move horsepower Monday, shake the earth and carve terrain, rock the anthem like Kenny Wayne. So get out there, take your swings, burn rubber after the American dream. Rev your engines and let freedom ring. And never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
All right, boys. Remember who we are and who we represent. It's not about a place, it's about a people. Yeah! And we hit the field like woo, woo, woo.
All day like woo.
All night like woo, woo.
New job like
Damn.
We the boys like woo. Our time like woo.
All that's like woo. We favorite.
Okay, Mom.
You alright, baby?
Honolulu like woo.
Chattanooga like woo.
Japan like woo.
West Side like woo.
Japan like woo. Brazil like woo. All day like, all night like, all day like, all night like, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all day.
Hey, whoa, what is going on
What?
here?
I go where Saquon goes. Get out of here.
Mental health plays a big role in the game of basketball. The preparation it takes just leading up to a game. Mentally, you have to be totally focused, totally engaged, and away from all other distractions, because any other distractions can get you off kilter. It's very important for our team to prioritize mental health. You have issues or problems, go speak to someone about it. Open up, don't shy away. Mental health is the key.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero. Steal the show. Or even start a new club. You can meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
There is a moment in your life when you decide.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Welcome to North Georgia. We are in pregame right now between the Reinhardt Eagles and Johnson Royals, getting ready for tip-off what promises to be a really good college basketball matchup. Glad you're along with us for the ride for this one. I couldn't be more excited. Lorenzo Robinson along with me for the call today, as we'll bring you all the action between these two. And these two teams have been battling for position in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Let's take a look at the numbers that have driven these programs this season, including their record and more. This is Johnson on the left, Reinhardt on the right. Eagles have won 6. They lost last time out. Johnson has won 4 in a row. They're red hot in Appalachian Athletic Conference play. And as you can see, they're averaging a pretty good clip per game offensively. 80 points per game for the Johnson Royals, 71 for the Reinhardt Eagles. Both are in the negative in score differential, which is super unusual. But they're going to look to clean that up tonight in what promises to be a pivotal battle in Appalachian Athletic Conference play. kind of in this back stretch now, the back half of the season as far as conference play goes. They both could really use the win, and a win tonight would be massive at home for Reinhardt. Historically, they've been fantastic at home, so wouldn't be super shocked to see it. But we're just seconds away from tip-off, obviously still scoreless, as we'll get you started in just a moment from North Georgia and Waleska. It's Appalachian Athletic Conference basketball on the Southeast Sports Network.
About Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These are the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
A look at the busiest stretch of highway in America, just miles south of Waleska, Georgia, as we welcome you north of there inside Brown Athletics Center and get a look at one of the many cameramen standing by Tip-off is right now between the Reinhardt Eagles and Johnson Royals. Welcome, everyone. I'm Gabriel Schrei, bringing you live college hoops on the Southeast Sports Network between Johnson and Reinhardt. Lorenzo Robinson alongside me as we have a really good battle starting right now between these two programs.
Really good battle indeed. The Johnson Royals, a completely different team as conference play has rolled around. 7 of their 8 victories. Meanwhile, the Reinhardt Eagles, led by one of the very best players in the conference in T. Williams, trying to pull off the upset.
2-0 Reinhardt. They hit the early 2 ball. And this goes as well. Flicked across to one of the best players in the AAC, Mason Lockhart, who battles his way inside and equalizes us for our first tie early.
And he's such a difficult player to stop down low. His size, his touch around the basket. Reinhardt, they do not sport a typical 5-man, so there's going to be an interesting matchup for them. T. Williams and Derek Brown will draw the assignment.
Punched away as it rolls into the backcourt, and Ariel Jones, the freshman, has to chase it down.
And again, it's not going to be an easy feat for the Eagles to be able to contain Lockhart. Not a team with a traditional big man, and he's really dominated front lines all season long, so he seems to be in line for another big one today.
Seconds gone already. Lockhart from the top of the block, rattles, rims, and goes.
And that's really been the development in his game. Lockhart has always been a low down low, but he's steadily increased his ability to be able to hit shots from range. Hitting a nice little mid-range jumper.
Thrown in. Entry feed for Reinhardt along the baseline. And it bounces off the side of the iron before being put back by the Eagles for a pair. We're deadlocked at 4 apiece. These guys are determined to kill you and I as Jamar Brown goes back and regathers the ball. Almost got hit for the 2nd time in our first couple of minutes.
Hey, keep your head on the swivel, man.
I'm telling you, it's expensive equipment. Headed the other way. Reinhardt on the offensive end of the floor. Lets it go and knocks it down. Derek Brown, the senior forward.
And Derek Brown, very effective in the mid-range. Reinhardt's most consistent mid-range jump shooter.
Flicked across by Schrozier. This won't go. Trying that is Cottle. To the other end, Reinhardt's Eagles, led by A.J. Shaw.
Johnson coming into this game with an 8-11 overall record, but that can be a bit misleading when you talk about the quality of this team. 6 of their 11 losses coming up against teams that were either ranked or receiving votes.
Oh, great play. Just couldn't finish it. Nakai Fisher gets himself wide open on the elbow.
The Eagles, they do have multiple players that can score and get a bucket for themselves and others. Fisher, one of those guys, one of those wings who can play in so many different ways for them.
And blown dead. Lockhart, Brown, Cottle, Strozier, and Cross, the 5 on the floor for Johnson's Royals. For the Eagles, it's Shaw, Williams, Fisher, Brown, and Jones.
Now, Gabe, we had the esteemed pleasure of being able to call some of Johnson's early games at the beginning portion of the season during the Canyons Classic in November. The Royals went up against Dalton State and Ave Maria, two teams who were ranked at the time of those games, and they really gave them all they can handle. They were right in those games right up until the end. But there we saw what this Johnson team is all about. So much size on their front line and really everywhere, a lot of length, and that's going to be difficult for the Eagles to contend with.
Great play inside as Reinhardt gets another pair, and it's 8-4 with 4 minutes gone.
And if Reinhardt is going to be able to pull off the upset, Derek Brown has to have a big game.
Johnson off the mark for Lockhart. The putback is swatted inside by Brown.
And that's what it's going to take. Great weak side help, the block by T. Williams. And if the Eagles are going to find a way to win this ball game, they're going to have to defend as a unit.
Pitched across and poked loose in front of the scorer's table. Johnson Royals, he's fouled as he tries to take it off the window. Jamar Brown with a highlight reel play.
Jamar Brown, a very effective guard for this Johnson Royal Ball Club. Great at getting right to the rim, is a very deft playmaker as well. He seems to be a guy who always makes the right decision with the ball in his hands.
Brown this season at the line has gone 75%. Now 42 of 56. Seen a lot of Johnson this season, covered them at the Canyons Classic. They were at the show in Kingsport, Tennessee, had their game against St. Thomas and IU Kokomo. Very familiar faces on SCSN as he knifes his way through and goes down hard. Royals get the ball to Brown, who flicks it to the corner. Wide open look as he nails that from downtown Waleska. Cottle hits the three ball. And this goes on the other end for Reinhardt, keeping it rolling back and forth. It's 10-8.
And that's what the Eagles need to do, because at times their half-court offense can get a bit stagnant. When you have a chance to push the pace, you have to be able to do so and take advantage of your athleticism.
On the way, this goes. Cottle, unbelievable long two.
Absolutely, a tough shot. Sometimes you just got to tip the cap to the guy and say, man, that's a good make.
Big collision down inside as Fisher hits the floor. Back in Waleska, Georgia, where we're tied up early. Just 5.5 minutes gone. 10-10. Reinhardt and Johnson. It's been really good back and forth so far. Gabriel Schreier, Lorenzo Robinson. Reinhardt 5 of 8, Johnson 4 of 9. So that's 62 and 44% from the floor, respectively. Reinhardt has missed their 1-3 ball. Johnson is 1 of 2. The Eagles at the stripe for the first time, as the first will go, knocked down by A.J. Shaw.
Johnson, they're not really a team that's known for their long-range prowess, but they are second in the conference in rebounds per game. A lot of that due to the play of Mason Lockhart, top 3 in the conference in second chance points per game and points in the paint. They just wear you down with their size and length.
Takes that across. And the shot clock for Derek Brown and company.
Now, it's a textbook defensive possession by Reinhardt. Immediately when Mason Lockhart caught the ball in the post, 2 defenders in his face, forcing him to make a decision and get rid of the basketball. And that's what it's going to take against a player of his caliber.
12 to 10.
T. Williams, we talked about Mason Lockhart being a difficult matchup, but Williams is a difficult matchup in his own right. Stands at about 6'7", but has a guard-like game, can put the ball on the floor and make plays. Also comfortable shooting the basketball from the perimeter. Coaches really struggle with trying to figure out the ideal matchup for him, and that can lead to some big scoring nights.
Working this all around, tries the floater and it rims out. Kept alive, back out front, Cottle. 3-ball rolls off the side. Reinhardt Eagles on the fast break, gonna try to score quickly. The handoff on the wing, Fisher gives it on the straightaway. Liked what he saw from the top of the block. That's a bit strong, somehow kept alive. Pitched outside again, and this, the long 2, rims off to Livingston Cross. That's another really nice piece. Livingston Cross has been such a good contributor for so long as he gets this to go and deadlocks this at a dozen apiece.
Yeah, his addition coming over from Union Commonwealth was major for Johnson this year. Just gives them another long, rangy defender who can defend up and down positions for them.
Stripped away by who else? Cross. Crosses midcourt all the way down inside and automatic off the window.
Yeah, we're seeing Livingston Cross really showcase his versatility now. He's running the 5 spot, so to speak, for them in this lineup. But off a switch, he can guard those guards on the perimeter, and also we see him getting into those passing lanes.
Stolen away again. Pitch down the floor, Brown to the back door, and it's too easy for Cottle to finish that off the window.
And Cottle's gonna get the 2 points, but how about that decision by Jamar Brown? I said it earlier, every time he has the basketball, Coach Logan Sharp is comfortable with allowing him to make decisions because he seems to always make the right one.
Cottle's already got 7 points. Red hot start for him, on pace to score over 30.
Yeah, he's been averaging around 15 per this season. He's been that leading guy on the perimeter for them.
Shaw fires in the corner. It comes off the side of the backboard. Long outlet feed. Connected again with Livingston Cross, who tries to jam this and just did not have the hop to get it done.
And again, Reinhardt, a team, they struggled offensively at times this season, especially in moments where their offense can become stagnant. That's really why it's imperative for them to try to push the pace and get out in transition. That is when they are at their best.
Lined up to shoot a pair. What a run the Royals have been on. As they've now got 17.
So I said that Reinhardt really needs to try to push the pace. Well, got 3 guys who are very athletic and guys who are going to try to get up and down the floor coming into the game. Blake Seitz, Arreo Jones, and Khalil Cook. Also with Jackson Souza and Derek Brown in the game. Look for this group to try to give the Eagles a shot in the arm of adrenaline.
Couldn't make it an 8-0 unanswered run, but a 7-0 run underway for the Royals. Reinhardt, the give. From the wing working. Dished across, wanting to fire is Brown, the forward, as he's fouled.
I just love seeing Derek Brown work inside the arc. A smooth operator in that mid-post, mid-range area. The footwork to get the defender on its feet, drawing the contact.
He averages a dozen per game, 77% at the line this season.
And coming into this year, it really seemed like he was going to be that guy next to T. Williams to lead the charge. There was a point in the year where he sort of fell out of favor and fell out the rotation with Coach Morgan, really during that Canyons Classic. He was challenging Derek Brown to be better on the defensive end. Derek Brown responded by being named Defensive Player of the Week in the AAC this season. He's been a tear on that side of the ball. Figures to be an all-defensive selection this year, and he's just been really solid for the Eagles on both sides.
Yeah, I saw him win that award. Very impressive stuff. And these are two really well-decorated rosters over the years. Long feed down the floor, heavily contested as Carbaugh finds his target. Lockhart can't finish inside as we'll run the other way. Reinhardt loses this, blown tire, gathered up by Strozier. Jacoby's got a convoy. He's gonna try it himself, but goes wide. Put back by Lockhart finds the twine as it's 19-13, and the run continues. Right now a 9-1 run for the Royals.
Johnson missing the three-pointer, but right on cue, the offensive rebound. One of the best rebounding teams in the conference doing what they do best.
Oh, Mason Lockhart pummels the basketball, sent that orange back to Florida.
And Lockhart, one of the league leaders in not just rebounds, but also blocks, showing you just why there with that denial.
The denial felt like annihilation. That is criminal. (19-13), 9-1 run. Reinhardt's only point in response from the line. Eagles, ice cold shooting from the floor on this end. They've got to find a way to get the lid off the basket.
And a lot of your turn, my turn basketball, it's been very disjointed for the Eagles right now. You know that that's something that Coach Morgan's going to want to discuss in this timeout.
They're going to try to get it together. We'll see what they can do as the Royals lead by 6 on SCSN.
All of the ways to watch your favorite local and regional sports. Join us now on Twitch TV. You can also find NSBN on Amazon Fire TV or visit us live on YouTube as we stream games there as well. Another fan favorite way to watch is nsbnsports.com. You can also find us through our NSBN app, free to download from the Google Play Store, and Roku TV, where you can find all of our content. NSBN Sports, visit us at nsbnsports.com. Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back in Waleska, Georgia, Reinhardt 8 trips to the offensive end, 8 possessions in a row without a score. That includes 3 turnovers and 5 missed field goals. That's what I was saying before the break. You know, they've done a lot of things really well this season. They just have to find a way to finish that execution on the offensive end.
And that just cannot be, especially going up against a team in Johnson that appears to be ascending at this point in the year. You have to be able to find a way to string some sort of offensive continuity together.
Johnson, on the other hand, is on an 11-1 run. Reinhardt Eagles.
And really, when you watch Reinhardt play, there's not a whole lot of offensive confidence from a team standpoint. It doesn't really seem like there are multiple guys outside of Derek Brown and T. Williams who really feel confident about what they can do on that side of the floor. And that's been the difference for them this year. There are guys who are taking shots, but how many guys feel confident in what they can do on that end?
Confidence is everything in hoops. Confidence and momentum.
It's definitely not for a lack of talent.
3-ball pinballed out. Still an 11-1 run. Reinhardt, 9 possessions in a row without a score.
Because you know that T. Williams and Derek Brown can get to their spots. They know where their spots are on the floor.
Elbow, this rims off as well. 10 possessions now.
But who else feels good about a certain spot on the floor, feels good about a certain skill that they have to be able to be effective on that side? It allows defenses to be able to load up on Williams and Brown.
3-ball is short. Sigh of relief for the Eagles. Reinhardt needs to take advantage of that miss. Pumped, fired, it's gonna go. The lid off the basket after 11 straight possessions without a score. Reinhardt gets the 3 and it ends an 11-1 run.
And Nakai Fisher is a guy who I expect a lot out of because he's been a very effective player for multiple years.
The response immediately from Dallas Carbaugh quiets the crowd. The Eagles, I feel like they've got to just be confident. Again, we've talked about that. They got to be confident. You don't want to lose that momentum. You're at home. Get the Brown Athletics Center into this.
Yeah, and Nakai Fisher is a guy who can really shoulder some of that offensive load. He can put the ball on the floor, make a play for himself and others. As we saw there, he can hit the long-range shots. He's someone that when he gets going, it really takes this Reinhardt offense to another level.
Eagles from the front court, worked it to the corner. He'll drive the baseline. Ball is poked out, trying to keep it alive. Reinhardt in danger of a jump ball, and there is the call from Stripes. They've been really quiet tonight, which I think is the perfect way to officiate. Let them play. Just my own little bias. I love a little quiet officiating. Referee is Owen Ferris. The umpires are James Shaw and Gerald Morgan. And when I tell you, I had to pry that out of them. They did not want to tell me their names.
Well, that could be a good and a bad thing. Right?
I understand. I mean, you probably are used to not hearing great things, but I think they're doing a great job.
Still early.
Man, you were ready to let Tubbs have it, and she nailed it in the women's game.
Absolutely.
She nailed it. She crushed it.
It's a thin line between good and bad for officiating. You can make the perfect call on one, and then the next possession just absolutely blow it, and that's all people will remember.
That's Tony Campbell, the head coach of the women's program, right on cue, walking on the floor. We had David Gillum along with Terry Tubbs officiating that women's game, and David Gillum is the longest tenured basketball official in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Tony Campbell, who you just saw cut across the floor, is going to join us as there's a foul down inside. Tony has been with Reinhardt for his entire basketball career as a player, correct?
No.
Well, all right, I'm just going to get out of here then. I don't. Did I get that wrong during the women's game? Didn't you play at Reinhardt?
No, I did not. Yeah, I played at Kennesaw State and Georgia Southwestern.
Bro, how did I not know that? Why did I think you... Was that Justin Newton that played here? 3-ball goes to the Reinhardt Eagles. Did Justin Newton play here?
I don't think so.
Bro, I'm leaving. I'm going to unplug my headset and leave.
So
I did know you played at Kennesaw State.
Yeah, but Kennesaw State and Georgia Southwestern. Yep.
This is off the mark. Commanding win against Johnson on the women's side in our first game of the night. And you have built a crazy good women's basketball program at Reinhardt University. What would you say have been some of the biggest challenges for you that you've been able to overcome? Is it recruiting?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to get players. So recruiting is always big. You know, it ain't X's and O's, it's Jimmy and Joe's. So you got to have the players that can execute whatever your vision may be.
Well, it was wild to watch. You know, one thing you mentioned before the game, it's crazy. We had like a 90-second conversation right before tip-off, and you mentioned that the girls are pressing on their own, and it worked so well. I mean, they were just a menace to try and pass against.
Yeah. So we talking about pressure, the ball a lot on defense, so just making it tough, just competing on everything, okay, making nothing easy. And, you know, lately the girls have been, you know, I always say pick them up at half court. Lately the girls have been picking up full court on their own and doing a great job of it. So it's been good for our team, and they bring a lot of energy. So that's on them. They're really trying to win this ring that we're still trying to chase.
And obviously your program has been fairly consistent over these last few seasons, but you've also lost a ton of talent, some of the best players in the conference, players like Ashley Woodruff, Maria Sanchez Ponce, Tara Gibson, who's now on your staff. The list goes on and on. How has it been for you to be able to sort of replenish and refresh your roster every season and always field a competitive group?
Well, that's a great point. Like a lot of great players that play here. Number one thing we always talk about is defense. Because then if you're playing defense, even when you're not shooting the ball well or anything, you can win games. So with us playing defense, that helps us win. And when you're winning, players want to come play. You know, and I think we have a pretty fun environment to play in. We always talk about work, but it ain't got to be like painful or anything. We work, but we try to make it fun. And then a lot of times, you know, when our players will help us recruit, like, you know, because they enjoy playing for us, they'll talk to their friends or whatever like that. And, you know, some of our better players have come from recruiting just through players that's already on our team.
Yeah, and talk about that, just having players help recruit. How about having two players that grew up in the same household?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Two for one deal, huh?
No doubt. Well, I remember seeing, you know, our former assistant showed me Lana on a tape one time, and I watched like 3 minutes of the video, and I was like, all right, let's get her. And it's probably the quickest I ever knew I wanted somebody. Lana's super athletic. She plays hard. And then, you know, I think she kind of taught this up to her sister. And, you know, and we had already seen Chloe as well, and we really liked her a lot. And she had some offers to even go at a higher level, if you want to say that, Division II kind of stuff. And had a couple of offers from there. But she wanted to play with her sister and trusted me enough to help grow her as a player. So I'm glad they're both here. Yeah.
So at this point of the year, you're now in a three-way tie for that top seed in the AAC, trying to clinch that automatic berth into the national tournament. What's the message to your team as the calendar gets ready to flip to February, knowing that you control your own destiny to achieve that #1 spot?
Yeah, our message is real clear. We can't give up anymore. You know, we won our last 10 games, and we got to keep winning. We can't lose any more games if you want to keep your destiny in your hands. But to be this late in the season and to control your own destiny is huge. So all we got to do is keep winning, keep competing every day, and make everybody earn everything from us. So that's our simple message. And we're all, you know, we've had the same goals since the beginning of the year. Win that conference championship, get those rings on these girls' fingers.
So many good programs in the AAC on the women's side. Who do you have a lot of respect for as a coach? Who are some of your favorite coaches and programs that you battle every year?
Man, it's a lot. You know, Kylie's doing a great job at Milligan. She always does. Obviously, the Brian staff, he's doing an amazing job. You could say so many. Even, you know, Johnson, it's so many, you know. So it's a lot of good coaches in this league. A lot of former D1 assistants, a lot of those kind of coaches. And you got to make sure you have your wits end about you every night.
That game you just played in, I think, probably would have been the battle of the year in the regular season in the whole league if they were healthy.
Yeah.
They're missing 4 of their 8 from their primary rotation. feel like Johnson's going to be a problem going forward.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They usually are. He always has them good to play, ready to play, and they always have a lot of good players. They can handle the ball and shoot it.
Brian always finds a way to be quietly good as well. I'm sure you're excited for tournament time. What are your expectations for this team to close out the regular season and going into Kingsport?
Like I said, just win every game. Take them one by one, but our goal is to win every game that's on our schedule. So if we do that, again, we come home, we get to put a banner up in here and cut some nets down.
Now, who's a player that you have that may not be getting a whole lot of attention right now, that may not be someone that people are looking at, but someone that you feel will be very critical to your team achieving their success going forward?
Man, I can name two off the top of my head. Audrey, she comes off the bench for us, and she's a great defender, and she can just do everything. She can score it, she can pass it. She's really good. And then our young point guard, McKinley, she's been really good. She's the first time she's ever played point guard, and she can really get to the basket, and also just a great defender. So those two spearheading our defense. Both come off the bench. And then we got a lot of shooters that come off the bench to help us out, like Taylor and Tria. They can really help us out and can explode for a lot of points.
Stolen away. Connell on the last trip hit that deep three. Now from the corner, bangs home another into the bottom of the net. What a run for the Royals. They were trailing early. They go on that 11-1 run as Reinhardt has 11 empty possessions in a row. And now on another red-hot run. Coach, when you're on the end of a run like that, I mean, obviously you can take a timeout, but what are some tricks you might use to try and get the lid off the basket?
Yeah, obviously try to get something close to the basket. You know, run one of your pet plays, one of your plays that's designed to stop a run, and obviously get a lot of motion there. For them, they got to get T back in the game. I know he got 2 fouls, but you're trying to save it for the second half, but it won't matter in the second half if we don't, try to edge his lead out, and he's your best player, especially offensively. I think we got to get him back in the game.
Tough challenge ahead. What would you tell young women tuned in right now that are star basketball players in Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, the Carolinas, Florida, that are interested in Reinhardt University? What would you tell them about your program?
Man, a couple things. First of all, we're gonna work hard. So we are going to work. So that's the first thing I tell recruits. It's like, all right, don't come here if you think it's, going to be, 4 times a week practice and it's going to be all fun, But we are going to have fun. I'm going to joke around with you, but we are going to work very hard. And then I always tell recruits another thing is if you can't guard, no matter how much you can score, if you can't guard, it doesn't matter. You got to be able to have to guard a position, at the college level. And that's where some girls don't always, understand or reason why some of them, struggle when they first get here, because they've been the best scorer on their team. And you could be a great scorer, but if you're giving up points on the other side, it ain't gonna matter. That's one of the secrets I always tell people. I got a secret. Half of this game is about defense. And you always hear about the offense, but half of it is defense. You don't get no subs. It ain't offensive and defensive line. You got to be able to play both. So.
And that's always been something that I've been very impressed when it comes to watching your teams play. Even when you have one guard that may be a better scorer, one guard that may be a better playmaker, they all sort of play the same way, where they are always in the face of the offensive players, so much ball pressure. So that seems to be a prerequisite for you before you even touch a recruit. You have to be able to know how to guard.
Yeah. If you can't guard or if you're not athletic enough to guard, it's going to be tough for you to play here, just because I'm going to have people, we got to play defense. So, and again, I can teach you how to play defense if you're willing to work at it. And everything like that, and you can get more athletic, and we do a lot of stuff where we're training, your hip and getting stronger right there, trying to make you quicker. So again, if you're ready to work, pretty much everybody can play defense. Now the level of defense that you can play obviously is going to come from who you are and how athletic you are, and all that good stuff, and grittiness, toughness, that kind of stuff.
Well, there's a play for Amir Green-Jones, who might get the lid off the basket for the Eagles, as that could put an end to their scoring woes, but Johnson trying to keep the foot on the gas.
Great defensive awareness right there for him.
Flipped across. 3-ball rims out on Jamar Brown. 15 points, speaking of offense, for Cottle. Through, has the lane, and couldn't get it as we get the whistle down low in the block.
But that's what Reinhardt needs to be able to do. They need to be able to play with pace. That is when this team is at their best. The half-court offense is stagnant at times. It's been that way all season long. When Reinhardt is able to play their best offensively is when they can get out on the break and use their athleticism.
And that's another thing we talk about. Like, if you want to get on the break, you got to get a stop. You can't get on the break if they're scoring, you're taking the ball out of bounds. But if you really want to run, get a stop. Then you can go out there and run and, you know, get shots up, get threes, get layups. So that's another bonus of really getting stopped.
Coach, do you have a favorite play in basketball?
Favorite play?
Favorite play? Is there a favorite
I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to throw it out there.
Yeah, actually, maybe don't say that.
I mean, the 4-pointer that Mari shot today was pretty nice. Yeah, so that was nice. Yeah, I'll give a 4-pointer for a coach is always nice. That's, you know, so yeah.
Oh, it rolls and goes after the whistle.
Caught a travel on that.
That is tough.
Yeah.
to the naked eye, it looked like a really good move.
Listen, I'm okay with the call, but yeah.
I love a good, crisp pass through traffic.
Yeah.
Not quite a 3-man weave, but just a rifled pass down in there and a layup.
Yeah. So, ooh. Yeah.
Good feed, and this goes.
But I love that 4-point play and a charge. Who don't love a charge? What coach don't love a charge? You know,
it's not just the whole team.
Yeah. So we got a rule: if you take a charge and the whole team don't stand up, well, you're running. Okay, so you know, because that person is sacrificing their body for our team. You know, and that's how big it is. You know, so that's a huge play. That's a turnover and a foul on one of their players, and we get, you know, so and it makes it tougher to you think about going back in there if you already got a charge on somebody. So that's always a big play.
Johnson has continued to be red hot in this first half. Reinhardt has brought it back within 9, a single-digit game. Their largest lead, 16, as Derek Brown, the senior, gets the steal behind the back and 3 as he climbs the ladder to the twine to make it a 7-point game.
Yeah.
And Derek Brown, a guy who, again, is going to get some all-defensive recognition this year, and deservedly so.
By the way.
And the whistle as Reinhardt's crowd goes nuts in Waleska.
And you said it, Gabe. Eagles needing to get this Brown Athletic Center involved. This is a different team when the energy is palpable in the crowd, and you can tell those guys sprinting up off the bench. They're ready to get back into this ball game.
And you can't lose them here. You've got the crowd involved. I mean, Coach, this is your home venue, too. How big of an impact does it play to have the home crowd involved in the Brown Athletic Center?
Man, it's huge, man. We love when the crowd is loud, and we got a lot of people in here. The last couple of games, we've been very good crowds in here, so it's been huge helping our girls and the guys fight through it, and it brings energy. It brings energy, and we are better defensively. I know we are when our crowd is yelling and out there making a lot of noise. So it's always great, and support is always greatly appreciated.
Just over a minute still to play in this first half. How important is shaving a couple points here?
Oh, no. Again, I think they already did a great job. You were down, 17? Yeah, down 17. And then, like I said, you get T back in the game. Even when he's not scoring, he has so much gravitas where everybody has to look at him. So you get other looks by that. And then the defense picks up and you get a couple easy baskets. So, yeah, it's down to 7 now, and that's been huge.
Do you think about that kind of thing when you're on the bench coaching? Are you like stressed out about that, or are you not really worried about a margin before the half?
I'm bad. I don't really look too much at the score until the second half.
That's probably a good thing.
I really don't. I don't look at the score, and I'm not saying that's a good strategy, but I'm just like, I'm on possession, and my girls already know I don't care what the score is. We just got to play good. Now, second half, I'm obviously looking, and it's something you got to do. But first half, I'm just trying to look at every possession, trying to win every possession.
Yeah, I had a coach tell me a long time ago, back in my times playing basketball, play the game, don't play the score.
Yeah.
Some guys play the score. If you play the game, the score will take care of itself.
Amen. It sounds like a smart man. So.
Reinhardt after a huge turnover, 12 on the shot clock, fed to the elbow. Brown going to work, the senior forward, spins, and the whistle as he goes down on the paint.
And that's what Derek Brown is capable of doing. He's been, again, that second guy offensively for Reinhardt all year long. When T. Williams is off the floor, that's Derek Brown's chance to be aggressive in that mid-range to mid-post area.
And when he goes up to shoot it, you can't. You just hope he misses. Like he shoots. He's so long, so tall, shoots it so high. You really can't guard it. So they just hope he misses. And if he's on, he's a tough guard.
Brown gets this to go. He has been red hot tonight. 13 points with that. Threatening 14 and helping Reinhardt fuel what has been an incredible swing of points. They've taken 11 back their own way after trailing by as much as 17. This rims and goes. That's wild. I mean, they had 11 empty possessions in a row. 3 turnovers, 8 missed shots. They've almost come back from it as it's just a 5-point game. 5 seconds.
Come on.
Brown across. Carbaugh hits the 3. The buzzer beater to make it 40-32. An 8-point game at the half. Definitely deserves the high five for that one. An impressive way to end our first half of action. Lorenzo, any quick thoughts from you before the break on what we saw?
The ending wasn't ideal for Reinhardt, of course, surrendering that 3-point shot to Carbaugh, who's been one of the conference's best 3-point shooters over the course of his career. But nice job by the Eagles to get back into the ball game and get the crowd involved. They got to keep that momentum rolling.
Yeah.
Reinhardt finds a way to get it done. Coach, thank you for joining us. Best of luck with the rest of your season, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to see you, Gabe. And y'all always do a great job on this radio thing, so thank y'all for what y'all do.
Tony Campbell, Lorenzo Robinson here with me. We are at the break between these two. An 8-point game, 40-32. Royals lead the Eagles on SCSN at the half.
The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that. Got him and stays fair.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. It's like that.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente. 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 Toda mi gente caliente. Toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena. En la favela suena. El techo se me llena. Toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue at McDonald's. With McValue, you can buy one and add any one of these for only $1. And look at that. You can do the same thing during breakfast. It's crazy. You see, at any moment in the day, McValue can take you to a place where a whole new menu of possibilities exist, inspiring you to order more from life than you could ever imagine. Take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at your past decisions. Take a look at your present. Are you curious about the future? And setting your expectations at perfection is not a way for growth. So I'd use the word curiosity, and that's a long way to get there. But if you stay curious, I think you can get the most out of life's menu. Because if you don't, you're leaving some of those moments on the table. You gotta try to get the most out of life. You might just think McValue adds the power of choice to McDonald's menu, but it also adds the power of perspective. And depending on how you look at it, that might be the most powerful thing you can order. And while you're here, I can't wait to meet you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The bravest person I know is definitely my dad, 100%.
My friend Sean.
My daughter Cynthia, and she was in the United States Army.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
Our journey has not been easy.
One of the bravest things he did was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
When he decided he was going to go back to school after 23 years.
It was the better part of my life that I spent in the Marine Corps. Transitioning out, it's a difficult thing.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
So I really appreciate it.
worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
Oh, man. Come on, Emma. Come on, Emma. Where is she?
Hey, do you need a hand? Yeah. My God. Every time with his team, man. All right, coach, put me on this, man.
Nice dive. Now find your rhythm.
Calm down. Ah! Hey! Okay, man! That boy lit! That boy lit! Up! That's it. You got one more for you.
Got you. Like the headway. Here she is, guys. She's coming, guys.
Let's go.
Good morning, Emma. I'm right here now. Come on, come to me.
Turn me up, baby.
Onyedi. You're Fatani.
Boss, man, I'm turned up right now, though. Oh, you're violating, man, honestly.
Give me a hand. You're good.
Just don't forget what I sent you this morning. You are equipped. Don't allow anyone or anything to tell you different.
I got something for you. That's it. One more. You can. I really got it.
Onyedi, chin up, bro. You got a goal in you, man. The left back's gas. Come on.
Come on, Sam. This is looking really good.
You only got 10K left, okay? Your pace is phenomenal. Are you ready?
Can't be all good. Take the hit. Embrace it. You here for a reason, baby. You are here for a reason, baby.
Yes.
3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby. Mate, that was so sick.
Come on, Emma. Final push, Emma. Come on.
Game time.
Pregame! MVP! Dale pues, mamá ya muerte. Más loco, mozo lo tuyo sabe. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza. Sacúdete, 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 mira, sacúdete.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, y toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
Welcome back. A look at the gateway to the south, and we are just north of Atlanta, live from Molesca, Georgia, where we've got Reinhardt battling it out with Johnson University in a close one, entering our second half of action on the Southeast Sports Network. Glad you're with us as this opens with an immediate bucket down inside for the Eagles, who make it 34-40. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, and the new head coach of the Reinhardt University Eagles men's soccer team. Coach, you played for Chattanooga Football Club, had a lengthy career as a player before transitioning to coaching and now joining the staff here at Reinhardt. Tell me about your career as a player and where you coached before this.
Yeah, sure. Well, firstly, happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so I played at Reinhardt. I was a player here, graduated from here in 2015. Was fortunate enough to go on and play at Chattanooga FC and Chattanooga, Tennessee for a few years, and before kind of hanging up the boots from playing, then moved into coaching. So coached here at Reinhardt as a kind of graduate assistant and volunteer assistant, and then worked with some youth stuff locally in the Atlanta area, some semi-pro stuff in the Atlanta area, and was really fortunate then to get a chance at Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale, so I was there for a season. Wofford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina right after that. And UAB, most recently, just finished out UAB in Birmingham, Alabama, and that brought me here to lead this program.
That's a great resume. Obviously, UAB's Blazers really successful on both the men's and women's side historically, and Wofford also really nice. I probably would have stayed at Nova, though. A little better weather down in South Florida.
It's tough to leave the beaches sometimes. It's tough to leave.
Good entry pass down inside as he gets this to go, and still hot as Cotto as we're to the second half. He has been red hot.
Yeah, that was a big response for Johnson, especially because Reinhardt has all the momentum. But, Coach, being that you are somebody that went to the school, played at the school, what sort of experience can you bring and provide for your guys, and how can you relate to them, being that you know what it feels like to be on campus here as a player?
No, I think it's a really good point. It's one of the reasons why, the job was so appealing to me to come in and lead this program. I think being someone who was able to take the leap forward and be able to put the Reinhardt jersey on, I think that just has a little bit of added extra sentiment for us moving forward, and so being able to connect with the players and say, like, I've been you guys. I've lived in that apartment. I've lived in those dorms. I've ate at Gordy. I've played on this field, and I can kind of have some sympathy with what you guys are going through. I've had the same professors as you guys and been in the same classrooms, and so I just think it adds an element of connection between the coaching staff and the players, and so hopefully it's nothing but a benefit for us.
And I'll tell you, as a former student athlete at Reinhardt, there really isn't a deeper bond than everybody eating at Gordy.
Exactly.
Not a lot of people have had that experience.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Especially the staff. The staff make it in the CAF, and they get to know everyone by name, and that's just that added personal touch that just makes it really special.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, from your time graduating in 2015 to now fast forwarding to 2026 and being the leader of this program, how has the campus changed since you were a player to now?
Yeah, it's been drastic, you know, and new dorm facilities. Man, Gordy has been improved. Gordy Cafe has been improved. New theatre, Cobb Hall, which was the freshman dorms that I stayed in, are now gone, you know, and some space has been opened up.
Almost crushes that as Livingston pulls it back down and cross the whistle. 45-39, Johnson leading as this will go the other way.
And then, yeah, lastly, the last piece is the facilities of athletics. We're obviously blessed tonight to be having our first game with our new video scoreboards here within the gym, which I think is just an added bonus that kind of the admin here at Reinhardt are really trying to push the facilities forward, and we're growing each year. So, yeah, it's been a massive change over sort of the 10, 11 years since I left, and only for the better of our student athletes.
Eagles, the spin move, and from the mid-post, he's fouled.
It's been a quiet start to the game for T. Williams. Of course, he picked up those 2 fouls early in the first half, so his minutes were a little spotty throughout that session. But Williams is one of the very best scorers in the conference, so he figures to be a major piece to the puzzle as this second half continues.
Did you play for Bill Elliott when you played for Chattanooga?
I did. Me and Bill are very close, yeah.
That's a deep cut, man. That's kind of a wild
connection.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But Bill's one of the good guys in soccer, man. I still connect with Bill a lot.
He's a great dude. I have a lot of respect for Bill. Jeremy Allenbaugh, close personal friend.
There you go.
That club has turned out a lot of really important people in the soccer world.
100%. And it's so close here to the Georgia world as well. Like, it's right there on that Tennessee-Georgia border. And yeah, it's helped a lot of people, not just in Tennessee, but Georgia too.
We were talking about Jason Longshore and John Nelson too before we jumped on, and a ton of respect for those guys. You know, they've done a lot to grow the way that the media and people in Georgia view the game, and Atlanta United has been so involved in a grassroots way in the soccer community in the state of Georgia and the entire South. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think adding an MLS team has been just a huge piece.
Floater to the backside and finishes it off the window. T. Williams getting involved.
It's been a huge piece. Atlanta United's one of the big reasons why soccer's blowing up in this country, and obviously it's been a big reason why it's blown up in this state.
Livingston cross comes through. He looks like a washing machine hitting that move down inside. Able to get it to go as Reinhardt will head to the other end of the floor. They trail by 7, still 50-43. That's been the margin since the break. 8 points at the break. Adam Reeke's the head coach of the men's soccer team at Reinhardt University, former player for Chattanooga FC, coached at Nova Southeastern, UAB Blazers, Wofford. I missed Wofford, sorry.
Wofford College
Forgive
Terriers.
me.
T-Pups.
Forgive me, Wofford. I'm sorry. That was quite the final this year. The SoCon has great soccer, and people don't know.
Yeah.
Man, Furman is one of the most iconic clubs, one of the most iconic men's soccer programs in the entire United States, and they had another wild one. Did you see the finish this year?
I did. I watched it pretty closely, and yeah, I mean, you know, Doug Allison at Furman retires on quite the run this year, having had a stellar career at Furman. And yeah, the SoCon, you know, it's one of those conferences that just happens to have a good mix of, you know, state schools, private schools, and it throws out some brawls each year. Obviously, in state we have Mercer in that conference here in Georgia, and I mean they are competitive as anyone in that conference. And yeah, they're the smaller schools in the Division I outlet, but they have a heavy punch.
That golden goal has to be one of my favorite moments all year. That was wild.
I think it's one of those things that makes soccer one of the, you know, it's a low-scoring sport, but it can be one of the most special sports because it brings up moments like that.
Well, soccer is growing more quickly right now than ever before, and I think it's just because people are trying it, and it's one of those sports, it's like baseball. You can't watch it on TV. You have to go sit a couple rows away from the supporter section, have a snack, get a scarf, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I need to come to all of these.
I agree. I think you know, in the UK, in Europe, there's a debate right now about too many fans settling to watch on the television and not get out to games. And I just think that the whole vibe changes if you're able to get to a game and really feel the atmosphere. Because although it's said that it's a low-scoring sport, the whole vibe changes when you get out to the game and you feel that environment.
Now shifting gears a little bit to the team that you're getting ready to field out on the pitch this year, what is something that you're most excited about to see from your ball club this season?
Yeah, it's a great point. Obviously, having recently come in this year, I think one of the big important things for us is getting ready for fall 2026. We need to try and put some real positive spin back on the program. I think there were some moments, in the past couple of seasons or on the past few years that maybe the program has struggled with some negativity around the program a little bit, and I think we just need to get some positive vibes going, and that's kind of my job as the head coach, is to really push the program forward. And one of those things is reinforcing that the guys need to work hard, do all the things that is required of a successful program. But when they do it, it needs to be positive reinforcement. It needs to be great vibes and culture around the place. Hold each other to the standards. But if we're doing things the right way, let's enjoy it together. Because you only get one crack at college athletics, and you only get one crack at college soccer, and so let's enjoy our time together and make it the best experience we possibly can. So I'm hoping to see some hard-working guys that put a smile on their face.
So who are some players that you feel like you're going to sort of lean on to be your voice in the locker room, your voice on the field, guys who you feel like can really push the program forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there's a number of veterans that have been around the program, and juniors and seniors in the program this coming up season. I think we have Chandler Ramalane, who from South Africa, who has been in and around the college game for a long time and has worked really, really hard, trying to push the program forward. And then we have kind of guys that have been here for 3 years. Chandler was a transfer, guys that have been here for 3 years and are going to finish out and graduate after all 4 years at Reinhardt. Christian Gonzalez, Alex Itov. These are guys that have started all 4 years all 3 years in their time at the program, are going to come into their senior years and junior years, and are going to, hopefully have a big say in how this program moves forward, because they've worn the jersey and they've earned that respect.
Reinhardt's cut this lead to 4. Johnson's starting to feel that pressure. You can tell Coach Morgan doing a nice job of switching things up defensively. He's thrown some different looks at the Royals so far in this second half. And T. Williams, right on cue, is starting to heat up offensively.
Reinhardt could really use some heat out of T. Williams. Pitched across. Cottle fights his way through off the glass. 52-46. And still just hanging on to that margin. It was an 8-point game at the half, a 7-point game forever, and now it's a 6-point game.
Yeah, Devon Cottle, a big, strong, physical guard. He's up to 22.
How in the world did he bust that J?
And Devon Cottle's up to 22, but how about a bucket from number 23 coming through for the Reinhardt Eagles? Sorry about that.
Stumble over your words a little bit there?
A little bit. A little bit.
52-48 becomes 54-48. We're trying to keep it together in Alaska. Lorenzo got here today. He played football at Reinhardt, and he's lost about 75 pounds since he played this season. And I said, where'd you go? Where's the rest of you at? Then I said, I'm going to call your mom and dad and give them a hard time. They're not feeding you enough. And we're going to a steakhouse right after this. We got to get this kid a steak.
You need to get him some steak and carbs.
As long as he's buying, I'll go.
There you go. There you go. That's the right way to think about it.
Carbaugh, the turnaround hook shot. Finds the bottom of the net. It's an 8-point game again, just like that.
So as much work as Reinhardt did to get themselves back into the game, they cannot allow themselves to fall behind. Now, this is where you have to finish that momentum swing.
Pitch down the floor to Brown, and the whistle as he crosses the straightaway. So, Coach, as you recruit, where are you looking for talent to come from? I know that former coaches like to go overseas. What's your philosophy on recruiting? What kinds of things are you going to look for in the way that you run the I almost said club, the side?
Yeah, no, I think it's a big aspect of the current college soccer is how do you build a team and where do you get your players from? For me, if they're good enough, it doesn't and they're good enough people, they're going to be a good member of our side. They're going to be a good team a good player that's going to be a part of a good team. Then location is and from where they come from is not one of the biggest aspects that I'm worried about. Obviously, we are in a hotbed of soccer talent for the youth level here in Atlanta, and there is plenty of domestic players right here in this state that want to be part of a Reinhardt soccer team and will have pride in wearing the jersey. And we'll take any of those guys because we know that they're going to put a great product on the field and wear the jersey with pride. But you're right, there is going to be an element that we may have to go overseas for a couple of guys to find some different types of positional roles and quality, and that's just part and parcel of the modern college game. But yeah, we're really fortunate. We're in a great location for local talent, and we'll utilize that.
Obviously, I haven't been able to see you put together a roster or field a team yet. Excited to get to do that as we roll into the year. What kinds of things should I be expecting? What do you like to do? Are you going to press up and try and score a lot, or do you like to sit back?
I think that's a good question. It's actually a lot of the questions I've been asked by the players and recruits. And man, my answer is not that simple. I am not a coach that is very tied down to one style of play or one formation. I have principles within my play. That maybe I'll keep to. So, for example, just things I want my team to behave like. But the formation and maybe the play style within that may be fluid. It may be flexible because I want to win. And so, if we're going to play a certain way and it's going to get us to win without having to break my morals or break my principles, then that sounds like a good agreement with me. So that's the way I'm going to play. So yeah, I trust in my coaching ability, my experience to be pretty fluid and flexible in kind of the details of how my team will play. But like I said, the principles, the behaviors of my team, they're not going to change much.
Well, I have 100 more questions I want to ask you, but I think they're going to have to wait for your appearance on Soccer Down Here. Do you have that scheduled yet?
For our
with Jason and John?
I don't. I'll be here in the next couple of weeks. Me and Jason have been in touch, so yeah, I'm sure he'll ask me a bunch of questions too, and we'll go over some stuff about the program then.
I can't wait to hear about it. That's Soccer Down Here. Jason Longshore and John Nelson will be giving Adam a hard time as well, and I'm sure they'll ask the questions that I'm going to miss here tonight. I'm just excited for the growth of the game, and I can't wait to see what you bring to Reinhardt.
I appreciate it.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Best of luck,
guys.
and stay in
thanks,
touch.
Guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks very much.
That is the new head coach of Reinhardt University, spending part of the second half with us. The men's soccer side, Adam Reeke's long storied career is the first assistant at Chattanooga FC after leaving UAB, coached at Wofford with the Terriers. He's going to bring some heat. So is Mr. Williams as the follow through to the twine gets it done.
Sometimes the friends and family plan works for you. Nice job by Blake Sykes to be ready for it. I thought T. Williams was going to bring the house down, though.
I did too.
Seemed like he had a runway. But Johnson, they've done a good job of answering Reinhardt's run, getting the ball to Mason Lockhart, hitting a few long-range bombs.
In a 9-point game, it becomes 11. Rather 66-54.
And it's been guys who we may not have expected to be the ones to step up, but they've stepped in and provided a nice spark for Johnson. Tucker Patterson and there Reese Clark.
Looking to continue to grow that lead. It's 10 points with 9.5 to go. So a lot of time in the bag for Coach Morgan and the Reinhardt Eagles, but Johnson threatening to start to run away with this one. Carbaugh after the whistle knocks it down. It won't go. And a timeout on the floor between these two teams. He'll take a break in what has become a really good one. We'll be back with more of the action. Stay tuned for College Hoops on SCSN. Back and running, and fouled hard under the basket, chased down by Clark.
So Reinhardt getting themselves back into the ball game. It started on the defensive end. You can see the pressure that they were putting on the basketball, really getting into those ball handlers. The rim protection down low, guys like T. Williams and Derek Brown doing work. That is how Reinhardt got back into the ball game. So if the Eagles are going to find a way to pull off the upset, it's going to have to be that level of defensive play for this last 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Souza hit the first to cut it to a 9-point game. Unfazed by the excellent disruption from the crowd. That was pretty good. That distracted me.
So a bigger group in the game for Coach Morgan's squad. A.J. Shaw, nice size in the backcourt along with Arrayo Jones. Front line of Sykes, Williams, and Fisher. They can switch 3 through 5.
Connell went to Cross, who runs down the defender. Morgan is not happy about the call.
And he has a legitimate gripe because T. Williams put his body on the line to try to draw a charge. Seemed like that he got his feet set before Cross made a move. Unfortunately, call not going his way. And how many programs will your best player lay themselves on the floor for your team?
Not many. Not many sports, not many programs. At the line is Livingston Cross, who's hit 65% of his chances this season, as the first will go. 9-point game.
Johnson with 8 minutes and 53 seconds remaining, already in the bonus. Part of that is because Reinhardt is a team that when you're trailing, naturally you're pressing, especially defensively. So a part of that is just fouls being aggressive. Johnson has to try to use that to their advantage.
Broke through, Williams on the backside, has it poked away, and he's fouled by Cross, who just hit that at the line, and he now has 9 points.
But we're seeing the maturation of some of these Reinhardt players in real time. Arrayo Jones, the freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, he's a very effective finisher when it comes to attacking the basket. Earlier in the year, he may have tried a circus shot, get something on the rim, see if he can make it, but there he calmly delivered a pass to T. Williams and allowed him to try to make the play happen.
You know, the rebounds are so close. It's 27-25, Reinhardt leading that category. Everything is close. 3-point field goals, not close. The only thing that's not close, Reinhardt has got way more trips to the line, and they've hit 90% of their chances at the line. They're 16 of 18. Johnson is only 6 of 8, but the shooting percentage has been everything. In fact, it's the difference in this game, including a couple of runs, I guess, that have been really nice. The shooting percentage, 27 of 45. Johnson has hit 60% of their shots. Not that Reinhardt isn't having an incredible night themselves, as they've gone 20 of 41, 48%. Fighting down inside, cross off the heel of the iron. Nakai Fisher tries to get to it. Rattled all around. 68-68, 0-3 to play.
And that's who Johnson has been all season long, one of the best rebounding teams in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. And we know what Mason Lockhart can do as a rebounder, averaging around 10 a game, but Livingston Cross also down low, getting in the mix. Dallas Carball, 6'6", 6'7", multiple guys crashing the glass. Yeah, they have Lockhart. He's one of the best rebounders in the conference, but gang rebounding is why this Royal team is dangerous on the glass, and being able to take high percentage shots as well. That's why their field goal percentage is what it is. So Livingston Cross trying to extend this lead, and he does. A 9-point game. The Eagles trailing. They did a nice job of battling back. The Royals keeping them at arm's length.
On the way, sails through to Carball, who gathers it. And the foul.
Yeah, that was a nice aggressive move to the rim by Livingston Cross. He's a difficult player to stop in the open floor because he's very crafty around the basket and great body control to be able to finish through contact. So Cross back at the line. He's been living at the line here in the second half, and he completes the three-point play. 72-60, the Royals lead is back up to double digits. And if the Eagles are gonna get back into this game, number 3 has to get involved. T. Williams right on cue with the lay-in and a chance at one more. Williams up to 14 here in this one. 12 in the second half alone. He was held to just 2 in the first half, picked up those 2 fouls early, which limited his playing time. Now stepping up in a major way offensively here in the second half. Misses the free throw, but for the Eagles, Derek Brown with 17, T. Williams with 12. Who's gonna be that third player to step up for them and really help them in their cause to get back into this ball game? Corner, triple, no. Arreo Jones with the board. Johnson's made a living from behind the arc, but that's not who they've been throughout this year. The Eagles may be content with the line than to pull up from range. Williams can't finish inside, and Lockhart with the board. So Jamar Brown only has 1 point in this game, but he's been very effective at controlling the pace and tempo. He gets Johnson into good possessions every time down. Gonna get an offensive foul against Mason Lockhart. They're gonna get him with a hook and hold against Blake Seitz. We saw head coach Logan Sharp definitely did not agree with that call. And because of that foul, Mason Lockhart will head to the bench with 4. And that can be major because Lockhart's so important to what the Royals do on both sides, offensively and defensively. Reinhardt needs to try to take advantage with Lockhart on the bench. Seitz in the post, trying to do work. Carves out space and finishes down low. The Royal lead is back down to single digits. 72-64, Jamar Brown inside, loses it, but a foul. Jamar Brown slowing it down, trying to get into the paint. both teams in the bonus. Johnson now in the double bonus, so Brown will go to the line to shoot a pair. Johnson right now tied for second in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. But there's a bit of a log jam when you look at the AAC standings. From 2 to 10, all teams separated by just 2 games. Reinhardt, the 10 seed at 5 and 7. Johnson at 7 and 4. Reinhardt has to feel with the talent at their disposal. If they can make a run, then they can vault up top of these standings. Meanwhile, if you're Johnson, any loss can be very detrimental to your chances of maybe securing a top 3 seed in the conference tournament. T. Williams in the post, finishing inside. So the offense has come alive for the Eagles, but it is the defense that is failing them right now here at the Brown Athletic Center. The Royals getting what they want every time down. Jamar Brown again working against Shaw. Kicks it out. Devon Cottle, 24 points in this one. So effective offensively. Jacoby Strozer drawing the contact. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. And now the Johnson Royal guards, we're seeing them take matters into their own hands. They're trying to draw contact and force their way to the free throw line. And that's what a smart team is supposed to do. When you're in the double bonus, you have to make that team guard you without fouling. Eagles have been unable to do so on these last 3 trips down the floor. Strozer so far with 5 points on the day, make that 6. He's playing with 4 fouls, so he'll need to be careful. Five minutes and 34 seconds remaining. He hits them both, so Strozer up to 7, the lead back up to 10. T. Williams has gotten the ball early and often here in the second half. We'll see if that continues. He's setting up. Nice move by Nakai Fisher, but can't finish down low. Gets his own miss and draws the foul, so Fisher will go to the line to shoot 2. That third guy in this game has been Nakai Fisher. Fisher with 12 points, and I said it earlier in the broadcast. I've said it really throughout this season that Nakai Fisher, the talent that he has, being able to shoot the basketball, put it on the floor, and create for himself and others, ideally he would be that third guy to step up alongside Williams and Brown. He has been that player so far today, now up to 13.
Still 9 points between these two.
Yeah, and Reinhardt has done a nice job of trying to battle back. They're answering offensively, but it can't be a score for a score. Because you're trailing by 8, you're trailing by 10. You have to try to string together some stops. But Johnson's taking advantage of being in the double bonus, and they're just trying to draw contact every time down.
Stole it away. Hey! All alone, T. Williams crashing down the house for the massive jam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the T. Williams Show.
Stolen again, back across, through, free. Jones can't get it off the glass as he goes down hard on the baseline.
Turning defense into offense. That's what Coach Campbell said when he was on the broadcast earlier. He said that the best way to create transition opportunities is by playing great defense and getting stops. Eagles doing just that on those last 2 possessions.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Back in Waleska, Georgia, as that makes it a 5-point game. What a swing for Reinhardt.
Yeah, and it started on the defensive end towards the end of that first half. Reinhardt able to generate some stops. They were forcing turnovers, getting out in transition. And now that's what Reinhardt's used towards the back half of the second half to draw even closer.
4-point game. It's the closest it's been as Jones gets the steal. Williams down inside, off the mark, and trapped on the iron and glass.
Yeah, the wedgie. Definitely a sight to behold there. Unfortunate, the possession arrow will go back to the Royals, but you can see the Reinhardt Eagles have turned up the defensive intensity. Coach Richard Morgan, when he took the Reinhardt job, he said that he wanted to make this team more formidable defensively. Right now, his vision coming to fruition here in this matchup against the Royals.
To the attacking end, Brown running the floor, way back on the RU block logo. Flipped across, Rozier harassed by the double team, somehow got through, fired down low, and it goes for Cottle.
And the Eagles, they were being very aggressive, trapping the basketball on numerous occasions, but you could tell Johnson was calm, cool, and collected.
(78-72), 4 minutes, 11 seconds to play. Reinhardt shooting 50% from the floor, Johnson 56%. And we got the whistle, and everybody is upset.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone happy here in the gym. Not even the Johnson people. They wanted a charge.
I'm having a good time.
I'm having a good time, too.
I'm having a good time.
Maybe the two people who are
We're
happy.
It's just us.
Hey, sometimes it's all you need. Derek Brown getting ready to check back in. Brown, Fisher, and T. Williams have led the way for Reinhardt offensively. Defensively, they've also done a nice job of shouldering the load, as well as Arrayo Jones. Blake Sykes has guarded multiple different matchups. So it's not a surprise to see Coach Morgan go with this group now in the championship minutes of this game, inside 4 minutes left to play. See the Eagles going with that extended 2-3 zone. Mason Lockhart trying to penetrate it from the middle. Johnson, they're going to try to get into a good look every time down. The man who does so for them, Jamar Brown, with the basketball.
Outside Takata, who lets the three go from the wing and knocks it down from downtown Atlanta, Georgia. 81-74 with 3:42 to play in Waleska.
favorite Southeast teams in action, we've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Back in North Georgia with 3.5 to play, 81-74 Royals. Stolen by Livingston Cross. Long pitch down the floor. Three, Strozier missed the jam. It's off the floor. And the crowd is letting him have it.
Yeah, we saw Jacoby Strozier try to get freaky on that jam right there.
You know, an ESPN Plus production crew just challenged me to use that during a broadcast. And you did it, and it wasn't even like a challenge. You just worked it right in.
Hey.
That was good. That's impressive. Mine probably felt forced comparatively. That was just, you just came right out. Pitch down low to the baseline. 2-ball is short. Lockhart fighting for it. It's off as Williams puts it off the foot of Strozier. Pitched onto the floor. 3-ball goes! Reinhardt brings it back within 4.
And a huge 3-ball from the freshman. Not really known as a long-range sniper, but in winning time, you need somebody to step up, and Arrayo Jones to the rescue. Big Mason Lockhart down low. That's who he is. That's who he's been throughout his career. Just going right through the chest of sights.
Elbow Jones is off the mark as it remains a 6-point game. Williams can't believe it as that rolls off.
So I spoke about the development that we've seen from Arrayo Jones over the course of this season as a freshman. There we saw him make sort of a freshman mistake there. You hit a 3-pointer that came off of good rotation. So the next shot that you shoot needs to be very similar when you talk about a heat check, especially with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. I'm sure he felt like he could make it, but Coach Morgan would love to get a better shot than a contested mid-range jumper. And you can see Coach Morgan definitely had something to say to Arrayo Jones after that, and looks like Arrayo Jones is going to take a seat after that one, and a learning experience for a player who's been so productive for Reinhardt and still so young, someone who has a very bright future. Just got a little bit carried away on that possession.
Cross at the line, he's got 13 points. Lockhart's got 13, Brown's got 3. Cottle has 29 and 3 fouls, Carball with 11.
Pardon me, so Arrayo Jones didn't check out. He was getting checked out by the trainers. Coach Morgan saying, hey, what are you doing? You got to get back in the game.
5 on the floor for Reinhardt, A.J. Shaw, T. Williams, Brown, Blake, and Jones. Jones has 7 for Blake, 17 for Brown, 4 for Shaw, and 20 for T. Williams. But he's got 4 fouls.
Yeah, he had 2 fouls early in the first half. He was held to just 2 points with limited play time, but 18 here in the second half. Now, it's an 8-point game, 2 minutes left, but you can still play your regular style of offense. It's not yet desperation time for the Eagles.
Tried to fight his way down low to the baseline. Final 2 minutes are here as Williams is short. Pinballed off the backboard and gathered off the glass by Lockhart, who goes down the floor.
11 rebounds for Lockhart, and all of his rebounds seem to come in major turning point situations.
Way back on the front court, being harassed. Pitch down low to Lockhart, who gets it to go off the glass. It's a 10-point game with 90 seconds to play.
And Blake Sykes is giving up too much size going up against Lockhart down low one-on-one. The Eagles were bringing multiple bodies at him earlier.
3-ball rims out. And 75 seconds left to go.
Yeah, this one's slipping away from Reinhardt. The Johnson Royals have done a nice job of finishing here in winning time. And now just trying to play out the string and secure their 8th AAC victory of the season.
Super impressive performance by the Royals, as this is too easy for Jamar Brown, who coasts down inside and finishes that off. Johnson has shown who they are, as they will win their 5th game in a row and continue their tear through AAC play.
Yeah, valiant effort from Reinhardt. They went down 16 early, and it seemed like Johnson was just going to run away with it. So credit to the Eagles by making the game out of it. Unfortunately for them, that early deficit just too much to overcome.
The deficit was a lot. Shooting percentage at one point was an issue. They really cleaned it up down the back stretch, and just a couple of bad luck bounces and miscues on the back stretch have really put the nail in the coffin for Reinhardt and what was an otherwise good performance. But Johnson is going to take this to the film room and spend some time studying what was an electric showing for them in this outing against Reinhardt, the conference foe. This is going to pair well with 4 wins straight, and that comes after a devastating 4-game skid. That skid started in mid-December against the Bulldogs of Union Commonwealth. They lost 80-77, just 3 points. Then they lost by 9 to Freed Hardeman, one of the best programs in America at any level of collegiate basketball. After that, they had to battle the Rams of CIU and lost by just 7. And as if that wasn't enough, they took a heavy loss at the hand of the Pikeville Bears to round out that 4-game skid. Pikeville now just outside of the top 10 in the latest coaches poll. But then the 4-game winning streak. TWU's Bulldogs couldn't handle them in early January. Then the Rams of Bluefield. Georgia Gwinnett was a 3-point win. Finally, Montreat before Truett McConnell, who we don't have the result in for yet, actually, in the stats. I didn't realize they played that, so they might have not been on a 4-game winning streak.
That was part of the snowpocalypse.
The snowpocalypse, so they didn't play that game. Snowpocalypse, I like it. Didn't play before coming to Reinhardt and Waleska. Following this, to round out January, the Bulldogs of Union Commonwealth. Their next 3, Truett McConnell, Bryan, and TMU's Bears again. Reinhardt, on the other hand, they beat TMU. Sorry, they lost to TMU after a win against Montreat. They're going to take on CIU, SMU, Bryan, and Georgia Gwinnett next as they roll into February and the last few games on their schedule.
So Reinhardt right now 10th, Johnson 3rd in the AAC standings, 2 through 10 separated by just 3 games in the loss column. Reinhardt still hanging around in that log jam, but dropping games like these, it really makes it hard for Reinhardt to find their way up the standings. This would have been a critical victory for the Eagles. It would have given a loss to Johnson and added another victory to Reinhardt's total. They would have been 1 win outside of that top 2, top 3 spot. Now, might be a very difficult proposition for them to try to get back up the standings.
Now, this is as tight as the Appalachian Athletic Conference has ever been. Bill Popp is actually in the house, kind of hanging out by the door, quietly watching. He's the commissioner of the AAC, lurking, if you will, from the doorway, along with Tony Campbell, head coach of the women's basketball team. This goes at the line for Mason Lockhart.
Coming from the rafters like Sting.
Kind of like that, yeah. Just hanging out there.
Just quietly observing.
3 ball off the mark for Jones. Shot clock and game clock. Oh, Strozier. Turn the lights off. This one's over.
Yeah, Strozier finishing this one in style for the Johnson Royals.
What a performance for Johnson in a red-hot race to the finish for Reinhardt, for Johnson, for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Really excited to see how the year finishes up. And, of course, SESN at the conclusion of the regular season will be in Kingsport. Actually, it'll be us, so we'll be back with you for the full ride. Really excited for the tournament this year. And, you know, last year was a blast. The women's side of the tournament is always so fun. I'm stoked for this year's basketball tournament. If you're interested in the swimming teams, we'll have swimming team coverage coming up from the AAC tournament in Kingsport. And of course, men's volleyball before we have the softball, baseball extravaganza, the week-long showdown up in Kingsport, Tennessee, all on the Southeast Sports Network and AAC Digital Network.
I'm really looking forward to that conference tournament for basketball down there in Kingsport. Kingsport always a terrific host for these AAC tournaments. And we spoke about the logjam in the standings. That means that it's going to be fireworks when we get to Kingsport. It's going to be some upsets on the horizon. It's going to be some nice, tight finishes. Who knows who's going to come away with the AAC crown? You'll have to wait and see.
Well, I would say that Pikeville is probably the favorite from just how they
would be the favorite when you look at the records, but they've had close contests with a lot of teams within that logjam. So,
I agree.
As great as U-Pike has been, we can't just pencil them in as a champ just yet.
It's going to be a tough skid to the finish. You know, Milligan always brings some hot stuff down there. They have kind of that hometown advantage going on. Reinhardt could take one more, but I think we've seen it all. Yes, we have. As we get the final buzzer, an impressive win and a crucial one for a team that's trying to get some separation in the latest standings. Final thoughts from you on this performance by the Eagles and by the Royals?
Yeah, the Johnson Royals showing who they've been throughout this year, crashing the glass early and often. Mason Lockhart leading the way in that regard with 16 and 11. But Devon Cottle just quieting this Brown Athletic Center crowd. 31 points. He hit 5 threes. It was his night tonight.
That is it. His night is done in an impressive fashion. I think he's going to be the favorite for the Appalachian Athletic Conference Player of the Week with that offensive performance. I'm sure Jay Stansel watched that and took notes the whole way through. Congratulations on an excellent performance on the road to the Royals of Johnson University. They will be headed back with a W to Knoxville, Tennessee, and to celebrate on Rocky Top. Reinhardt University will try to bounce back next time out. For the Eagles, for the Royals, for all the fans here, my partner Lorenzo Robinson, thank you for joining us on the Southeast Sports Network. 94-80 your final as Johnson takes the win. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the Apper platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
My West Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer. And when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero, steal the show, or even start a new club. You can meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.